This month for our quick tips video, we are going to talk about reoccurrences. So scheduling your employees for more than one shift at a time, a repeating pattern of some sort. That could be for a few weeks or a few months at a time, all the way up to a couple of years at a time. So we are going to use our weekly spreadsheet to walk through some examples together. The first thing that I'm going to do is click on any open shift on our schedule here to bring up our update schedule screen. So I'm going to point out exactly where you would go to use our reoccurrence tools and talk through those options that may or may not be available to you. So we're going to go ahead and hop on down here to where it says reoccurrence and click add to look through the options that are available to us. So we are in our demo site now. We've got quite a few custom reoccurrence options. If you have a very specific pattern that your employees work, that is always something that you can request the eSchedule support team adds for you as a reoccurrence tool. So as long as we understand that pattern and how it repeats, we can add that to your reoccurrence tools here as an additional checkbox. So that's what we're looking at up top here. These are all custom options that have been added to our demo site. And everything below that, these are default options that are provided to everybody who uses eSchedule. So these are likely all tools that you would see in your site today, right? So we're going to use a couple of these in our examples today, but I first wanted to point out where you would go to find those. So hopping back to our weekly schedule view here, we're going to first start with an example where somebody works the same days every single week. So that could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That could be Monday through Friday. It could be something very specific, right? Our first step is determining that first day of that shift pattern. So if we're talking about a Monday through Friday reoccurrence, we are going to start the reoccurrence on a Monday. So we're going to click Monday here in this first RN position. Our first step always is selecting the employee that we're adding to the schedule. We're going to go with Michael in this example. You can then confirm that the rest of these fields look correct. And as long as they do, we can go ahead and click Add Reoccurrence. And in order to schedule someone on fixed days every week, we can use these default options that are provided to us. So we are going to simply check Monday through Friday here. And again, this could look something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But in this example, we're going to go ahead and go Monday through Friday. Now, anytime you use our reoccurrence tool, you will have this ends on or before date field available to you. This is an expiration date for this reoccurring shift. So you basically can tell the program when this shift pattern should end. By default, this will display as 1 year from the current date, but of course you can click in here and adjust this as needed. All right, we're going to leave that as is for now and go ahead and click sign on. And this will add Michael to the schedule Monday through Friday every single week for a year. So we will get confirmation in red up top that those shifts have been added. On the schedule, we can see that Michael has been added to those shifts. He has arrows next to his name. If we hover over those arrows, it will indicate for us that this is a reoccurring shift. And then, of course, we can use our arrow over here to the right to move through the weeks and just confirm that he was added successfully, and he sure was. All right. Now, the next example that we're going to talk through is using one of those custom reoccurrence tools. And again, this is something you would have to specifically request. Reach out to the eSchedule support team, share with us what that shift pattern looks like and what you'd like that to be titled in your site so that it makes the most sense for you and your scheduling team. And then we would be more than happy to build that into your schedule for you. So in this example, we're going to start the reoccurrence on a Monday again. So we're going to click on that second position here on the 5th. We're going to find an employee to use as an example. We'll go with Sabrina here. And we're going to again click Add Reoccurrence. So we are going to use one of these custom options here. We're going to go with 4 on, 4 off, 4 on, 2 off. in this example. So all we need to do is simply check that box. The only other step you may take is, again, adjusting this expiration date if you need to. Otherwise, you can just leave it to a year in advance. So we're going to skip on down here and click sign on. And then Sabrina should be added 4 on, 4 shifts off, 4 on, 2 off. Again, confirmation in red up top. And we can scroll through the schedule here to confirm that everything looks correct. It looks like she was on 4 on, 4 off, 4 on here, 2 off, and then that pattern repeats. All right. Now, if you have an employee whose shifts change for whatever reason, maybe their pattern is stopping, maybe it is simply changing to something different. When you run into that scenario and need to update a reoccurring shift pattern that has already been scheduled, the first step that you're going to take is determining that date that the pattern is changing, right? So let's say in this example, Sabrina's shift pattern is changing as of September 5th. We want to click on her name on that date. It is going to open that update schedule screen for us again, and we're going to focus on these sign-off options down here. So sign off, this is our single sign-off tool. If we clicked this button, it would remove Sabrina from just her shift on September 5th. It would leave her on the schedule for all of her other shifts as a part of that reoccurrence that we created, but it would take her off of this date only. Now we have sign off all occurrences. This would remove Sabrina from her string of shifts, her reoccurring shift pattern, starting on September 5th. Everything prior to that would remain on the schedule. Everything past that would be removed completely. So we're going to go ahead and click sign off all occurrences. We've got a safeguard here just in case you click the wrong sign off button, so you have to confirm that that is what you're looking to do. So as you can see here, Sabrina's shifts are still on the schedule for everything prior to September 5th. We can move through the weeks here and just confirm everything else has been removed. So now we could schedule Sabrina for something different or even plug someone else into this position on our schedule to take her place. Again, if you have a very specific shift rotation or some sort of pattern that your employees work that you would like added to your eSchedule site to make that scheduling process easier, please reach out to the support team, share that information with us, and we would be happy to help. And of course, if you have any other questions, we are always here to help.